Okay, I think I'm live. Just trying, I'm using my computer rather than my phone. Just to see if it makes it better. Seems that it's working. Yay! So welcome. Good morning, beautiful people. I hope you're well and that you've had a good weekend. And we'll jump straight in. 10 minutes goes so fast. So just allow yourself to sit comfortably on the floor or on a chair if you want to, the beginning part. We're going to jump straight in. We're going to take our left ear to left shoulder, the right shoulder be heavy. So you can close your eyes and connect to your breath here. See what you can soften. Really feel your breath. And then roll your chin down to the chest. See if you can actively draw your shoulders back towards the wall behind you, whatever's behind you, and down. We start to feel a stretch across the top of the shoulders. We're not rounding. Feeling your breath. And then roll it right ear to right shoulder. Keep your eyes closed if you can. Left shoulder, left hip heavy. Make sure you're not rounding forwards in the spine, so a nice tall spine. And gently lift the chin up, and we're lengthening both the front and the back of the neck. So make sure you're not dropping the head too far back. See if you can soften into your throat and breathe into your throat. And then slowly bring the chin back to center. Give the shoulders a roll. Bit of a wriggle in the spine. It's waking up the body, awakening into our day. And we're going to take the arms out wide, reaching them up. Spread your fingers and then interlace your hands. We're going to bring the hands to the back of the head. So just resting comfortably, elbows out wide. And we're going to lift up the chest, lift the gaze. And then as you exhale, elbows come together, chin towards the chest. Move, inhaling to lift, a bit like cat-cow. And exhale, drawing it in. Take that another 2 times. Moving with your breath, you can have the eyes closed. Nice, slow breath. Shoulders relaxing. Where can you find a bit of ease? Next time you inhale, lifting it up. You're going to take the arms out wide, spread the fingers, and bring the hands down to the ground. Right fingertips to the floor, reaching up and over with the left arm. Heavy through the left hip and heavy through the right. And you can be still, you can rotate the wrist, can feel quite nice here. And then gently bringing it up and switching it over to the opposite side. And then up through center. And we'll make our way to hands and knees. So making sure knees are hip distance apart, wrists are underneath the shoulders. We come into our cat-cow movement. So we drop the belly as we inhale to look forwards. And exhale, rounding through, chin to the chest, push away from the ground. Moving with your breath. Open the eyes if you can. Feel the movement in your body. Taking another 1 or 2. And next time you inhale, look forwards, going to hold it there. So the back is arched, thumbs sticking up. See if you can draw the shoulders away from the ears, lengthen the neck. Make sure you're not looking too far forward. So you're looking just to the top of your mat, maybe just beyond. So feel that little back bend. And then lift the tummy, come to a neutral spine. Planting the right hand, take the left arm up towards the ceiling, spread the fingers, look up to the hand, And as you exhale, you're going to thread that arm underneath your standing arm. Turn around so you can see. Inhale to open, and exhale, threading through. Reach as far as you can, and take it one more time. Inhaling, lift and lengthen. Feel the whole body get involved. And exhale, thread it through. This time we're going to bring the forearm to the floor. Reach through as far as you can. And then maybe the shoulder, maybe the left ear comes towards the ground. And you can just gently use the right hand in front of your face just to roll onto that shoulder just a little bit more. Get that stretch in. Should feel quite nice. And then push through the right hand. Open up that wing again, all the way up. See if we've got a bit more mobility. And then bring that hand down and we'll switch sides. So right arm rises. And you thread it through, reach through. Inhale to expand. And exhale. And one last one, inhaling. And this time sending it through. Forearm to the floor, maybe you stay here in this kind of hovering position, or maybe you have the space to bring your shoulder, your ear to the ground. But whichever option you come to see if you can actively draw away from that left hand. So we just feel that stretch in the upper back. And then take an inhale as you lift yourself up. And lower that hand down to the ground. And we're going to step the right foot between the hands and lift yourself up into this kneeling position. So shoulders away from the ears. And see how it feels. So I'm okay. I always forget here at home I've got a nice carpet under my mat. So if you're on a hard floor, you probably want to pat that back knee. See how it feels. And you might choose to stay here. You might let the hips start to drop forwards and down. You might stay with both hands on that front leg, or you might rise the left arm up and send that thumb back behind you and start to open up through the whole of the left side of the body, having weight through this front foot to stabilize you. Maybe lifting the gaze, taking a nice breath in, relax the shoulders with the exhale. And then lower that hand down. We just send the hips back, straighten the front leg and lift the toes towards the face. Waken up the hamstrings, and it doesn't have to be straight. So you can rock in and out. See what feels nice. But then just pause for a moment. See if you can actively bring your chest towards your toes. So we're really lengthening. So if you're kind of rounded here, how can you lengthen your body? Find some ease. And then we'll roll it forwards. Send that foot back. Maybe just tuck the toes and extend that leg out behind you. Push through the toes. Get that stretch into the calf muscle. And then we'll switch. The left foot comes between the hands and we lift ourselves up. Okay. And just see how it feels on this side. So you might come in and out. You might be quite high. So you might stay with both hands on that front thigh, shoulders relaxing, or you might send the right arm up. So thumb reaches back. When we take that thumb back, you can soften the elbow, soften that shoulder, and start to let the chest lift up. So a little bit of a back bend. Maybe the gaze lifts up. But if you're any discomfort in your back, so we think of lengthening. So if you're dumping down, see what you can do to lengthen your spine. So you feel the weight in your legs and your hips. And then lower that hand down with an exhale. Send the weight back and straighten the front leg to a straightness that is comfortable. Drawing the toes in towards the face. Welcoming that stretch. And then see what you can do to lengthen your spine. Almost like you're growing out of the hips here. Connecting with your breath, staying present. And then we roll it back forwards. Step that foot back and extend that leg out behind you, toes pushing down into the ground. Feel that stretch. And then let's take the other knee up as well. So we find ourselves in our plank position. Shoulders over the wrists. pushing through. A little bit of strength this morning. Lifting the tummy up to the spine. And then see if you can bring your weight forwards. Lower your knees to the ground. And then lower the chest and the chin between the hands so the bum sticks up. And then slide the tummy down to the ground and tuck the toes. Inhale into a little cobra. Shoulders away from the ears. Elbows hugging into the body. Maybe the gaze just goes forward a bit. Don't look right up. Think of a nice arch in your back. And then lower it down to the ground. Push it up the hands and knees. Take the knees wide, big toes together. Sink the hips towards the heels, the chest, the forehead to the ground. Maybe use your hands underneath your head. And that is a very quick morning burst. So see if you can just connect to your breath. Take 3 nice breaths. Feel the spaciousness in your body. And feel the depth of your breath. And when you're ready, push yourself up to kneeling. You can stay in kneeling or you can come and sit on the floor. But we just bring our hands together in prayer. Close the eyes. Notice how you feel now. And maybe notice some qualities that you can take into your day. You can come back to in your day when you need to. So we bow the head to the hands, the mind to the body. Namaste. Thank you. I hope the quality was okay on that. I've switched my user and it looks a little bit jerky. So give me any comments if it didn't quite work. Thank you so much. Have a lovely day.